Hey guys, welcome back, and we got another character breakdown for you. These character breakdowns are designed to help you learn to draw the character even when there's no reference image, and it's just going to help you learn the basics of even drawing and character design, because when in animation, especially in animation, you have to design your characters to be easy to draw, because you're drawing about 24 frames per second. That means 24 drawings for 1 second of animation. That's a lot. So if you have these characters break down to their simplest shapes and forms, it's going to help you big time. And we're going to help you take a look at those shapes and forms so you can draw those characters. And we got a great character for the character breakdown, Professor Utonium from Powerpuff Girls. He's actually really cool, really basic character, but the thing is too, with these really basic characters, they're kind of hard to draw because they're so simple, and if you make one little mistake, it throws off the character big time. So let's go ahead and get started. And we're gonna go take a look down here, and we'll start this on a new layer. And I'm using a program called Art Rage. It's a great little program. It's very inexpensive, and if you're looking to get into art, it's pretty cool. So, all right, so we'll go, and we're gonna map out his head. Basically, as you can already tell, Professor Utonium is a ton of squares. And yeah, it's really easy. And if you map him out correctly, he's easy, you know, he can be kind of easy to draw. But like I said, we got to watch out for those simple characters. So as you can see, we have a big square. And when we look at Professor Utonium, the square, when he's in that position, in his kind of front position, that's his face is pretty much almost right on with his body right there. So let's go map out this big long rectangle right here. And you can see it's about almost half of a head from his shoulder right there. So when we're drawing him, we got to remember that half of the head, you'll find the body. And let's go ahead and find the line of action in Professor Utonium. And we almost got it. And what the cool thing is, that's how you're going to find out to map his face. So you already have his tie right there. So that line of action is going to go right down his tie, and we'll do another line of action right there on his head. And you know, he's in a 3/4 view. So the 3/4 view, this is the front view. This is side view or profile. 3/4 is kind of off to the side where you can kind of see the head a little bit. So his head is in a 3/4 view right there. So let's go add some different colors right there. So, and to draw his arms, it's really easy because this guy is pretty much just made all of rectangles. And let's go ahead, some red over here, and show you how these rectangles make up his arm right there. So, I mean, if you were drawing him and if he was saying hello, you would just kind of draw a rectangle here, and then you can draw like another rectangle. And he was almost looking like Goro right now with those like third arm. But just draw another one, and then you have his arm right there. So just think about his arms as rectangles. Just undelete, and let's go over here. And these, drawing these rectangles too is going to help him keep him, I know I say this a lot, in scale as well. Because in that way, if you just outline and you don't really block him out, his arms might be a little too fat or something like that. So, we have that all set. There's a triangle right here, if you kind of see, and that triangle, we use that line of action to find out where that triangle point is. So, and there's another little triangle, and it follows that line of action, and it goes right under his chin. So we can see, there's triangles there, and we'll go ahead and use a bigger marker right here. But yeah, see, triangle right there. Then there's another triangle. And it just follows all that simple line of action. So Professor Utonium is a lot of triangles. Oh, sorry, no, squares. But it's got a couple triangles in there. And that line of action right down his face, that's where we use to find his nose. And it comes down here. And his, when he's happy, his eyes are just basically upside down C's. And we use that center of line of action to find his eyebrows, so we put those in between that center of line. So we use that line as a guideline pretty much, especially with characters, because that line tells us where his tie goes, where his shirt goes, how to find his face, And oh, look, there's a couple more triangles here. Let's go change this color a little bit, and we'll go use this marker. But look at that. Another triangle here, and another triangle here. And you know, those are some of the shapes that we learned to draw as kids. You know, those are some of the easiest shapes that we learned. We learned squares, circles, and triangles. So if you know those shapes and you did those, well, we can get Professor Utonium. Look at this, just with a few simple shapes right there, we have Professor Utonium there. So, and another square right there. So just remember those shapes, you know, when drawing Professor Utonium, and remember that line of action. This goes down the center of his body. You can even draw him with a ruler, and you know, you can really map him out. So remember, when we map him out, let's go ahead and draw that right there. That's about half of his head. If we draw another head here, so when you're drawing him, just remember those proportions, and remember using, you know, just those as guidelines. And what else can I say about Professor Utonium? He's a great character design. Kind of looks like Samurai Jack, and maybe Samurai Jack will be coming up pretty soon if you guys request it. Well, I want to thank you for joining me on this character breakdown. Next, we're going to take these tools that we learned right here about the squares and everything like that, and mapping them out, and using that to draw Professor Utonium. And if there's anything, if any cartoon that you want us to teach you how to draw, me and my friends, go ahead and send that request to request@mahalo.com. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Hey, what's up, guys? I almost forgot. I want you guys to send me your drawings. That's right. You can email me a copy or do it old school and just mail it to me, and I'll post it up in my office. And I'll even make a video with your drawing. And if you want me or any of my art friends to teach you how to draw your favorite character, send those requests to request@mahalo.com. All right, guys. Thanks for watching.